Chapter 40, The Twilight Garden. As they journeyed onward, the fiery landscape of the Ember Caverns slowly gave way to a cool, serene twilight. The air became fragrant with the scent of night-blooming flowers, and the sky above turned into a deep indigo, dotted with stars that twinkled like distant gems. The landscape was soft and mysterious, with tall trees whose leaves shimmered with a faint silver glow. Nivara stopped, feeling the change in the atmosphere. "This place is different, Tobian," she whispered. "It feels like the boundary between day and night, a realm where the magic of dusk reigns supreme." Tobian nodded, his eyes scanning the mystical surroundings. "This must be the Twilight Garden, a place where light and shadow coexist, where the magic of the evening holds sway." Nivara closed her eyes, letting the magic of the twilight wash over her. She felt the soft, gentle pool of the evening's energy, soothing and enchanting. Slowly, her appearance began to change once more. Her fiery red hair cooled to a deep, midnight blue, streaked with silver that shimmered like the stars above. Her amber eyes softened to a pale lavender, glowing with an ethereal light. Her skin took on a soft, moonlit glow, and her gown transformed into a flowing dress of deep indigo and silver, adorned with delicate patterns of night-blooming flowers. She had become the spirit of twilight, a guardian of the boundary between day and night. Tobian watched her transformation with a smile. "You've become the embodiment of twilight, Nivara. A guardian of the evening, where light and shadow dance together." Nivara smiled back, her lavender eyes twinkling like the stars. "The twilight is a time of magic and mystery, Tobian. It's a realm where anything is possible, where dreams and reality blend together." They walked further into the Twilight Garden, the path winding through groves of glowing trees and fields of luminescent flowers. The air was filled with the soft sounds of night, crickets chirping, the rustle of leaves, and the distant call of an owl. As they walked, they noticed small, glowing orbs floating in the air, bobbing gently as if carried by an unseen breeze. The orbs seemed to be guiding them, leading them deeper into the heart of the garden. At the center of the garden, they found a circular clearing bathed in soft, silvery light. In the middle of the clearing stood an ancient stone fountain, its waters sparkling like liquid starlight. The fountain was surrounded by statues of mythical creatures, winged horses, unicorns, and mermaids, each one carved with exquisite detail. "This fountain is the heart of the Twilight Garden," Tobian said, his voice filled with wonder. "It holds the magic of the twilight, a power that can bridge the gap between day and night, between reality and dreams." Nivara approached the fountain, her fingers lightly tracing the surface of the water. The liquid starlight shimmered under her touch, sending ripples of light across the surface. "The magic here is gentle, yet powerful," she said softly. "It's a magic that connects the seen and the unseen, the waking world and the world of dreams." As she spoke, the water in the fountain began to glow brighter, and a soft melody filled the air. The statues around the fountain seemed to come to life, their stone eyes glowing with an inner light. The creatures moved slowly, gracefully, as if they were part of a slow, enchanting dance. Tobian and Nivara watched in awe as the statues circled the fountain, their movements synchronized with the gentle melody that played from the waters. The magic of the Twilight Garden was alive, and it was welcoming them into its embrace. The dance of the statues ended with the creatures returning to their original positions, but the light in their eyes remained, casting a warm glow over the clearing. The fountain's waters calmed, returning to their soft, silvery shimmer. "This place is a sanctuary," Nivara said, her voice filled with reverence. "A place where the magic of the twilight can be nurtured and protected." Tobian nodded in agreement. and it holds a key to the hidden temple's secrets. The twilight's magic can guide us further on our journey, showing us the path that lies ahead. As they stood in the clearing, the night deepened around them, the stars shining brighter in the sky above. The Twilight Garden had revealed its magic to them, and with it, they would continue their journey toward the hidden temple, the mysteries of twilight now woven into their path. Hand in hand, they left the garden, the soft light of the fountain fading into the distance. The road ahead was filled with uncertainty, but together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, the magic of twilight now a part of their shared adventure. Chapter 41, The Misty Veil. Leaving the serenity of the Twilight Garden behind, Tobian and Nivara ventured deeper into the unknown, guided by the soft glow of the stars. The air began to grow cooler, and a light mist curled around their feet, slowly rising until it enveloped them in a delicate veil of silver fog. The landscape became a blurred vision of shadows and faint lights, with only the occasional outline of a tree or rock to give any sense of direction. Nivara paused, sensing the shift in the environment. "The mist is alive with magic," she said softly, her voice echoing faintly through the fog. "It's weaving a new spell around us, Tobian." Tobian looked around, his keen eyes trying to pierce through the mist. "It's disorienting, like a maze made of clouds. We must be careful not to lose our way." Nivara closed her eyes and let the mist's magic flow over her. She could feel the energy of the place, gentle yet elusive, like a dream just out of reach. Slowly, she began to change once more, adapting to the mystic surroundings. Her midnight blue hair lightened to a soft, silvery gray, almost blending with the mist itself. Her lavender eyes became pale, like the ghostly light of a full moon hidden behind clouds. Her skin took on a faint shimmer, like the surface of a mist-covered lake at dawn, and her gown transformed into a flowing robe of sheer, mist-like fabric that seemed to dissolve into the fog around her. She had become the spirit of the mist, an ethereal guardian of this shadowy realm. Tobian watched her transformation, marveling at how perfectly she blended into the mist. "You've become one with the mist, Nivara. A spirit that can guide us through this enchanted fog." Nivara nodded, her voice now a soft whisper, as if carried by the mist itself. "The mist is full of secrets, Tobian. It hides paths and reveals them only to those who know how to listen." With Nivara leading the way, they moved through the thickening fog, the mist parting gently around them as if in recognition of its new guardian. The world became a surreal dreamscape, with shadows shifting and shapes appearing and disappearing in the distance. As they ventured further, they came upon a series of tall stone pillars, barely visible in the mist. Each pillar was etched with ancient runes, their meanings obscured by time and the shifting fog. The pillars formed a circle, a hidden sanctuary within the mist. "This must be the Misty Veil," Tobian said, running his fingers over the runes on one of the pillars. "A place where the boundary between reality and illusion is thin, where the mist weaves its own stories." Nivara touched the runes, feeling the magic within them. "These runes tell of a path, a hidden way through the mist that leads to a place of great power." As she spoke, the runes began to glow faintly, reacting to her presence. The mist around them thickened, swirling into patterns that hinted at hidden trails and secret passages. The pillars hummed with ancient energy, resonating with the mist's magic. Together, Tobian and Nivara deciphered the runes, piecing together the story of the Misty Veil. They learned that this place was a gateway, a crossroads of worlds where one could travel between realms if they knew the way. The mist was both a barrier and a guide, protecting the secrets of the hidden paths while revealing them to those who were worthy. With the runes' guidance, they followed the hidden path through the Misty Veil, the mist parting before them to reveal the way. The journey was dreamlike, with time and distance becoming fluid concepts, but with Nivara's newfound connection to the mist, they were never lost. At the heart of the misty veil, they discovered a small, hidden grove, shrouded in even thicker fog. In the center of the grove stood a lone tree, its branches twisted and gnarled, its leaves shimmering with the same ghostly light as Nivara's gown. Beneath the tree, half hidden in the mist, lay a stone altar covered in moss and lichen. "This altar holds the key," Tobian said, feeling the powerful magic emanating from it. "A key to the next part of our journey." Nivara approached the altar, her misty form blending with the fog. She could feel the energy within the stone, ancient and strong, like the heartbeat of the mist itself. With a gentle touch, she activated the magic within the altar, and the mist around them began to swirl and shift, forming into a portal of silver light. "This portal will take us to the next realm," Nivara said, her voice full of quiet determination. "But it's a one-way journey. Once we step through, there's no turning back." Tobian took her hand, his grip firm and reassuring. "We've come this far together, Nivara. Whatever lies ahead, we'll face it side by side." With a final glance at the misty grove, they stepped through the portal, leaving the misty veil behind. The world around them dissolved into silver light, and they were carried to a new realm, where new adventures and challenges awaited. The mist had revealed its secrets, and now, guided by its wisdom, Tobian and Nivara were ready to face whatever lay beyond the portal's shimmering threshold. Chapter 42, The Luminous Cavern. As Tobian and Nivara emerged from the silver portal, they found themselves in a breathtaking cavern illuminated by a soft, pulsating light. The walls of the cavern were studded with luminous crystals, each glowing with a different color, casting a kaleidoscope of hues across the stone floor. The air was thick with the hum of ancient magic, and the cavern felt alive with an energy that resonated deep within their souls. Nivara took a deep breath, absorbing the magic around her. The energy of the cavern was vibrant and pure, filled with a light that seemed to cleanse the very air they breathed. Without a word, she began to change once more, her form adapting to the radiant environment. Her silvery hair transformed into a cascade of shimmering light, each strand glowing with the colors of the crystals around her: brilliant blues, fiery reds, soft greens, and vibrant yellows. Her eyes became orbs of pure luminescence, reflecting the multicolored glow of the cavern. Her skin took on a translucent quality, as if her entire body was made of the same glowing crystal that lined the walls. Her gown became a flowing robe of light, with colors shifting and blending like the ever-changing patterns of a kaleidoscope. She had become the spirit of light, a being in perfect harmony with the luminous cavern. Tobian watched in awe as Nivara's transformation completed. "You've become a beacon of light, Nivara. The very essence of this place." Nivara smiled, her luminous form casting a gentle glow across the cavern. "The light here is ancient and powerful, Tobian. It holds the key to unlocking the mysteries of this realm." As they ventured deeper into the cavern, the crystals began to react to Nivara's presence, their glow intensifying and forming intricate patterns on the walls. The patterns told a story, a tale of an ancient civilization that once thrived in these caverns, drawing power from the light within the crystals. But the story also spoke of a great calamity, a time when the light was almost extinguished, and the civilization fell into ruin. "We need to restore the light," Tobian said, studying the patterns closely. "The balance here has been disrupted, and if we don't fix it, this place could fall into darkness forever." Nivara nodded, her glowing eyes scanning the cavern for any sign of what needed to be done. "The source of the light is somewhere deep within the cavern. We must find it and rekindle its flame. Guided by the ever-shifting patterns on the walls, they made their way through the labyrinthine tunnels of the cavern. The deeper they went, the stronger the magic became, but so too did the darkness that encroached upon the light. The glowing crystals began to dim, their colors fading, and the air grew colder, heavier, as if the very essence of the cavern was being drained. Finally, they reached the heart of the luminous cavern, a vast chamber dominated by a massive crystal formation that pulsed weakly with a dim light. The crystal was cracked, and the light within it flickered, on the verge of being snuffed out completely. "This is the source," Nivara whispered, her voice filled with a mixture of awe and sorrow. "The heart of the light, but it's dying." Tobian approached the crystal, his hands glowing with magic as he inspected the damage. "The cracks are deep, and the magic that once sustained it is nearly gone. We'll need to channel a great deal of power to heal it." Nivara placed her glowing hands on the crystal, her light merging with its faint glow. "We can do this together, Tobian. Our combined magic will be enough." Tobian nodded, stepping beside her and placing his hands on the crystal as well. Together, they began to channel their magic into the heart of the crystal, pouring their energy into healing the cracks and reigniting the light within. The process was slow and arduous, the crystal resisting their efforts at first. But as they persisted, the light within the crystal began to grow stronger, its glow intensifying until the entire chamber was bathed in radiant light. The cracks slowly mended, and the crystal's pulsing light became steady and strong once more. As the crystal healed, the light spread throughout the cavern, restoring the glowing crystals in the walls to their full brilliance. The darkness that had threatened to consume the cavern was banished, replaced by a vibrant, pulsing light that filled every corner of the vast space. Nivara and Tobian stepped back, their magic spent but their hearts filled with satisfaction as they watched the luminous cavern come alive with light once more. The patterns on the walls now told a new story, one of renewal and hope, as the ancient light was restored. With the balance restored, a hidden doorway in the chamber opened, revealing a path leading to the next part of their journey. Nivara, her appearance still glowing with the radiant light of the cavern, turned to Tobian with a smile. "The light has guided us to the next adventure. Shall we continue?" Tobian took her hand, his own magic recharged by the experience. Together, as always. Hand in hand, they stepped through the doorway, leaving the luminous cavern behind as they ventured into the unknown, ready to face whatever new adventures awaited them beyond the light.